Hello everybody. Welcome back to Fox's Best Laid Plans, the planner channel that has a gallbladder for 3 more days. Hey everybody. How is everybody doing? How are you holding up? Are you okay? Are you well? Because it's hard out there right now. It's really hard out there. I keep waiting for a week where I'll be like, this is a great week and everything was better. But that week's not coming. Anyway, here's where we left last week. I don't know if y'all remember from last week's video that just went up yesterday because hashtag Fox's life is chaotic at all times. I was not really happy with how this looked, even though I loved the kit. But as the week went on and I added things in, I really love how it looks. I think it looks so cute. And I didn't know what to put in my sidebar here, so I just made a list of all the dogs that I walked. And that was pretty great. And baby boy Alvin, oh my god, I love him. He's so sweet. I think he's like 7 years old. He swallowed a nylabone and had to have emergency surgery yesterday. But he's doing well, and he's hanging in there. But gave us all a fright that he ate part of his nylabone. Don't eat a nylabone. I know one of you out there watching this is the dog, and you're thinking about eating a nylabone. Your auntie wants you to know. Don't do it. Okay? Okay. Because I love you. That's why I don't want you to eat a nylabone. Not because I know you think it's going to be delicious and it's going to be a great time. It's not going to be a great time. I'm going to tell you that right now. Just don't do it. You can chew it, but don't eat it, okay? Promise? Okay. So today we are planning the week of Monday, August 2nd. Oh my god, it's August. Through Sunday, August 8th in my Gooseby Twins planner. And today is actually Monday, August 2nd. I have candle ash on my desk. I feel like part of me is like I should just get rid of this candle, but I bought it at this like cute little shop in Cambria, and it's cute and it's fireside and it's like in a little milk jar, and I really like it, but it's just getting stuff all over me and my life every week. Okay. Also, my planner's too thick to shut still. What is even going on? Okay. I'm using this kit that is seashells. It's called Plan with Pizzazz is the name of the shop. And it's really, really cute. And I'm concerned that I'm going to be like, this was too pastel. I'm concerned that that's where my brain's going to go by the end of this situation. But we're going to try it. And we're going to see what happens, okay? We're going to try it. So, hold on. I need a washi. I have one actually that matches this like pretty well. Oh! The candle ash. It haunts me. I don't know what to do about the fact that my planner's too thick for itself. Like I'm uncertain with what should be done at this point. But something needs to be done because I can't shut my planner. And I actually leave my planner. I think it will shut. If I shut it, you know, like close the lid is what I was about to say. That's not right. Close the whole thing. But I don't really do that generally because I leave it open on my desk so that I check in with it every day, which has helped me check in with it every day. But yeah, I don't know. I'm having conflicting emotions about this. I'm so hungry too. I don't know why I just like constantly exist in a state of hungry. I don't know why. It matches pretty well. Of course, I left the big freaking gap right there, but that's fine. Moving on. So, you may have heard me mention that I only have 3 days left of gallbladder, and that is true. Because I had my consult with my surgeon on Friday, and he was like, you need to get this out fast, huh? And I was like, well, that's what the hospital told me. And he was like, I put you down for Thursday. Does that work? And I was like, you what? And it's true. He put me down for Thursday. So that's, you know, a whole thing. Oh my god. Okay, here, wait. I'm not putting gap in. Give yourself more credit, Fox. It's the way this printed. It printed a big white gap at this one side. So yeah, Thursday. So thankfully, I had already like warned my scheduler that this was coming and said like, hey, FYI, they said I have to get out in 4 weeks and it's going to be 4 weeks before the appointments. I have a feeling if they can do one of these one way and one of these the other way. Okay, there look C's. They're like C's. They're like C's, okay. Sorry. I don't want my consummate B's. Consummate. I said, like, you know, I think they're going to want me to get it out as soon as possible because it's already, like, they already wanted me to stay in the hospital and get it done that day, and I said no. So then they said 4 weeks. Within 4 weeks, it should be out, and it's 4 weeks before I even have the appointment. So it's like, they said they schedule within a week or two, so I'm guessing one of the first 2 weeks of August, and I think it should only be 3 days that I'm out. However, it's actually 6 days that I'm out. I thought it would be 3. But then he was like, no. Basically, he said, and I quote, okay, so the hospital doctor, when I was in the hospital, if y'all have missed some weeks, I was in the hospital in June because I had a gallbladder attack, and a stone blocked my duct, and my liver was fucked up. It was very fucked up. And I thought maybe they were just like making a big deal out of it at the hospital, and it wasn't really a big deal. But then when Dr. Jacobs, that's my surgeon, when he looked at my blood work and stuff and my papers on Friday, he was like, your liver was fucked up. And I was like, everybody keeps saying that. And I was like, is it really? And he's like, yeah, it was bad. And I'm like, oh. So it cleared on its own, and he was like explaining to me, he's like, you probably already know this from pharmacy school, however, let me explain the science. And I was like, I remember very little about gallbladder class, because GI class was both boring and disgusting to me, and I was just like, everything's a little bit grody, and I don't really care. I could not get very excited about. I would never have been a GI clinical pharmacist. I would never have done it. Infectious disease, which is somehow grosser, I love. Speaking of that, everybody, I need your help. I'm trying to convince husband that he has an invasive fungal infection on his wrist, and he doesn't want to believe me. He said that I'm just saying that because that's my favorite type of infectious disease, and I'm hopeful. And I said, it might be true, but it might also be an invasive fungal infection on your wrist. I don't know. Actually, we're not sure what happened. He has on like the side of his wrist, like going this way, like one of these stripes like that. It's about the width of one of these stripes. We thought it was poison ivy. He put hydrocortisone cream on it. That didn't help. So I thought maybe it's a spider bite and that got kind of like infected. So I was like, have you considered the fact that it could be an invasive fungal infection, which was like my favorite thing to learn about. So I just told you that I didn't like GI class because I thought it was gross. And yet, invasive fungal infections, which they showed us pictures of. I don't know if you've ever looked at invasive fungal infections. They're really, really fascinating. And gross. They are gross. But they're fascinating. They will eat your fucking face off. Like, they will eat, like, have you seen zombies? An invasive fungal infection can actually do that to your face. It's crazy. And also very interesting. Okay. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Anyway, I don't really think that's what husband has. And he said maybe a spider went in and laid eggs in his wrist. And I said, I don't think that's true, but if it is, we should film the eggs hatching and go viral on the internet with it. And he was like, babe. And I was like, August starts with AU, so this autumn, that means it's basically Halloween, my dude. I don't make the rules. Okay. Nobody is perfect. That is true. And I feel that right now as I've launched into a discussion about invasive fungal infections on my YouTube channel. I would tell you to Google them and you would be like, oh, she's right. But you don't want to Google them unless you're like, whoa, gross stuff is cool. So anyway, I didn't remember all the stuff about how the gallbladder functions and all that, but mine is not functioning, and so it's going to be evicted on Thursday. So I am kind of in a little bit of meltdown mode right now, trying to get my life in order prior to this surgery. Okay, so I'm jumping all over the place. Back to the appointment. So I said, I have to tell my scheduler. I told them, you know, the people at the hospital said I could be back to work in by Monday, but they didn't know that I work, they thought I have a desk job, and he's like, yeah. He's like, well, I mean, I could have you back to work by Monday as long as you can work from home. And I was like, if I could have worked from home, my last year would have been, there would have been one stressor taken out of my life in the past year during a pandemic. So no, I can't work from home. I'm a retail pharmacist. So he was like, oh, say no more. You need 10 days. And I was like, okay. So he said, I think you'll be feeling better sooner than 10 days, but you need the time to let everything heal over and not, so I guess the risk is that, like, I probably will be physically feeling okay after like 3 or 4 days, but I shouldn't be on my feet for 9 hours and like running back and forth, because I should be like resting a lot so that things stitch together and stay stitched together. Because he was like, I'm gonna tell you a bunch of scenarios that probably won't happen, but if they did happen, they could be catastrophic, and we're gonna reverse those things by these. But I'm like, oh, okay, my dude, could we just talk about how it's not gonna happen and go from there? Thank you. So it's an outpatient procedure, so I'll be home same day and all that, but I'm like deathly afraid of candle ash being on my workstation. Okay. So yeah, he said like physically I'm gonna be feeling better, but the key is to be like, you're feeling better, so don't fucking overdo it and tear something apart in your body. So I have to take 4 weeks off from lifting anything more than 10 pounds. So no Layla Grace, which she's gonna not know what to do with herself. I can't lift weights. I can't do speed work for 4 weeks. I am allowed to start running 7 to 10 days after the surgery based on how I feel, but it has to be easy runs, entirely easy runs. No speed work, no PRs, just easy run, walk would be fine. I am allowed to start walking or doing not crazy Peloton, he called it. He has a Peloton, so he understands. So I think what he means by not crazy Peloton is like, don't do a Tabata class, or like, don't do out of the saddle, in the saddle, out of the saddle. Like, don't go for PRs, just like ride nicely. I'm allowed to walk or do not crazy Peloton as early as the night after surgery if I'm feeling up to it. And apparently that can help your body feel better, because when they do the surgery, they have to like, it's laparoscopic. And so they put you under general anesthesia and they blow a bunch of gas into your GI situation. And so that way they can maneuver with their cameras and their tools and take your little gallbladder and vacuum him out, right? So that's what they do. Okay. So it creates this like bunch of gas in your system that has to eventually like dissipate and get out. And I've heard that if you are able to move around and go for like little jaunts up and down the street slowly and carefully, that helps move the gas through and feel better. That's what I've heard. So let's we're hoping for that. We're hoping that I feel good, and yeah. But I have like some movies prepared that I want to watch. I have like a lot of like scrapbooking stuff that I'm thinking about, because that's stuff that I can do quietly while seated. And I bought a bed backrest, like we used to have like in the 90s when you'd be like, the new Donkey Kong came out on Super Nintendo and you were just going to play it for like 12 hours overnight. So you had to have one of those backrest thingies so that you could sit in bed with it. I bought one of those, so I have to go pick that up tomorrow. So, yeah. And I also did some grocery shopping this morning. Let me fill some shit out. Let's fill it out. Where's my list? Oh my god. Oh, do you want to see my to-do list for today? You don't, but there it is. It's so long. I have so much. So here's my thinking. Like, I want to have, I don't want to be sitting here not feeling well and not able to do a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not supposed to be like bending over or like reaching for things, like that kind of stuff. I'm not supposed to be doing that. So I don't want to be like having the urge to do those things because my house is like a bomb went off in it. You know what I mean? So So my husband has been helping me out yesterday, especially when he was off work. He did like a lot of laundry. He changed the sheets for me, like did a bunch of stuff. And I have to fold the rest of the laundry and put it away. We ran it, but we didn't fold it. You know how that goes. And just trying to tidy the house up a little bit, get some other stuff ready. Make sure that I'm prepared to just be like seated and recovering. Because if y'all have been around on this channel for any amount of time, you know two things. One, I love invasive fungal infections. And two, I can't fucking sit still for more than like 30 seconds at a time. So the struggle is that I have to sit still for more than 30 seconds at a time. And I don't know. I mean, I can be like gentle movement. My friend Taylor is pregnant and she was like, we can do prenatal bar together. And I was like, I don't think I can do that actually. I feel like that is a limit that I'm not able to do. But I like her enthusiasm. Okay, today has been like crazy amounts of stuff. And I actually did I didn't do the laundry yet and I didn't edit this, but I did the groceries. I did obviously print the kit that I'm using and I am filming the plan with me so I can check that off. There's the things. And I have to run after this, so I'm going for a run after this. I'll write it in when it's done. Oh, I have to do my power sheets. You know what? I put the power sheets on. I have been staying with my parents. This has been my life. Like, wow, if you were like, I really want to follow someone who has a lot of shit going on, I'm your person. I have my power sheets written down because I was planning on doing them yesterday. I've been staying with my parents since Wednesday night. My dad came home from the hospital, and I had planned to go home Saturday. And I would have been home all day yesterday, Sunday the 1st, to do like prep stuff today and tomorrow. But Dad had a rough Saturday and he was like really, really weak in the evening and I didn't want to leave my mom there because he was having trouble doing the steps. So I didn't come home until yesterday. And then like during the day we had like a bunch of stuff to do. Like we changed phone plans because my mom now has a smartphone and they were supposed to automatically upgrade our plan to the correct plan, and they didn't, so we had to call Verizon, and that was like over an hour on the phone. You know how that goes. Anytime we have to call cable company or phone company, just give up 2 hours of your day. So, in any case, I didn't get home until like 4:30 or 5 o'clock yesterday. So, like, the things that I had planned yesterday just didn't get done, which is fine. But I wish there were more than 5 on here because I feel like this is really spaced out. Okay, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I got my blood pressure, which has been, it was like borderline high, and I was like, okay, I'll start these meds that she gave me and see what they do. It's been higher every day since I started the meds than it was before. And I don't know. I texted like a screenshot of my numbers to my 2 friends who are also pharmacists, and I was like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. And nobody was able to make it make sense. Okay. Content plan. Oh, I wish there was a little bit more. Well, I'll put my running elsewhere. I have to go to Kohl's to pick up my sweet my sweet bed backrest. Whatever. And then I have to print work stuff. I have to print our schedules out. So the nice thing is that I was really worried that, like, Wednesday last week was going to be my last day, and they were going to say, we're doing surgery on Monday or something like that. So obviously, the surgery's Thursday, so they didn't. So I can go back to work on Wednesday, and I'm like, that's good because I can do my August out dates that I couldn't do, because my last day that I worked was in July still. So I have to do my August out dates, and, like, that way I can, like, prepare the store and, you know, get it ready for 6 days of floaters coming in. And because sometimes, you know, it's kind of nice, though. Several of my friends who are pharmacists picked up part of my shifts, and that makes me feel really good. Like, 2 of my friends picked up part of my shifts, and that makes me really happy. Like, I got good people helping me. My scheduler's been, like, really awesome, too. She's been like, I got you covered. I'm working on it. Thank you. So we don't have all of the shifts covered, and I've been, like, obsessively refreshing the schedule all day, trying to check in and see. But It'll be fine. Okay, Wednesday. So then I'm going to go in early Wednesday. So normally I would work, let me put in these. Normally I would work 9 to 6 as my regular shift, but I'm going to go in at least 8, maybe a little bit earlier. We'll see. Just because I want to make sure that I'm like, I don't know. You know how it is when you leave for vacation and you're like, I want to make sure that everything's done. It's going to be that times 1,000 because I'm going to be like, I don't know. Vacation is like one thing and it's planned, and this is going to be like me feeling guilty. Like, why did I have to get sick? It's stupid. It's absolutely ridiculous to think like that. But, hello brain, this is how you work. So, I'm going to put this in for work. So I'm going to say 8 to 6. Like I said, I might go in even a little bit early. I have a feeling what's going to happen is Wednesday morning I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be like, oh my god, I have to get everything done in this one day, and then I'm going to not be able to sleep, and then I'm just going to leave the house because I'm just like running around anxious. I do have to run. I don't know what we're going to do for dinner. I'm allowed to have dinner, and then I can't eat, no food after dinner, and then nothing by mouth after midnight, like a gremlin. Yeah. So hopefully I can run with my girls because I ended up skipping Layla's graduation because it was just one extra thing that I had to get everything packed and then get over to my parents' house, and I didn't want to be getting there after 9 o'clock, and I don't know. So that's really all I have. I guess I can put in, I don't know what time my surgery is either, so that's the other thing. They're going to call me Wednesday and let me know what time it is. So I assumed like, oh, it's going to be in the morning, but like there's going to be how many gallbladders coming out. I'm going to ask them if I can keep my gallbladder like in a jar like they would do at a museum. But what if they like, if there's so many gallbladders coming out and they don't even remember which one is mine? I mean, you know, these are the things that I worry about. At least they're not putting it back in, put somebody else's gallbladder back in, you know? Anyway, I don't know what time it's happening. I assume I will put another comic in here, the way that I did when I actually had the gallbladder attack, which I put in my little buddy Gallbladder, who's over here, you can see him. I put in the comic that he's from here, the day that I was hospitalized with my gallbladder issue. Yeah. So, I probably will put something else in here. But I don't know what time it is yet. So I'm thinking like, if they tell me that it's not, like I don't have to be there, like they said it could be, I have to be there at 5 a.m. because it'll be a 7 a.m. surgery, or I have to be there at 9 a.m. because it's an 11 a.m. surgery. That'll determine like if I have time to like go for a walk in the morning or something just to get my nerves out, you know, because I know I'm not going to sleep very well. And my anesthesiologist will be calling me so I can tell them like, I'm taking my anxiety medicine and my sleeping pills. FYI, don't let me die here. So also that day my dad has his radiation, thank goodness. It's just been, he's doing okay, just a brief dad update. He's hanging in there. His symptoms are up and down, and he'll be good in the mornings. He's usually good in the mornings, then kind of like iffy, and then he has like some energy later in the evening. But he has his radiation that day. So hopefully that will be the turning point to get him. I felt so bad because he kept saying to me, he's like, I just want to be well. Why am I not getting well? And I'm like, I know, Dad, I'm sorry. Until they get this brain met situated, it's going to feel that way. Okay, so I'm not going to put anything in here because I'm just going to be like sitting quietly, you know, and maybe I'll write in here like what movies I watch and stuff like that as it happens. I am going to put my blood pressure in over here for the week. But otherwise, this is wide open. Now, I did on here, so I thought like, you know, try to find things that'll like keep me in the house and keep me keep me busy while this is going on. The marathon, the Olympic marathon, are Saturday and Sunday. No, the Olympic marathons are Friday and Saturday. So the girls' marathon is Friday and the boys' marathon is Saturday. So I can watch those. And then they are doing the live streams of the Dave concerts, I think, on Friday nights. I think they just started this week. The tour just started, or 2 weeks ago maybe? I don't even know. I can't keep track of the day. But I think I can, like that night I can listen to that, you know, and just relax and whatever. So that's the plan at least. So we'll see. I'm nervous about the surgery. I'm excited to get it over with because I miss cheese a lot, and I've had like a hint. I've had the LaCroix version of cheese, like a hint of cheese a couple of times, like Parmesan cheese sprinkled on something, you know, like, but that's as far as I've gone. But I'm really excited to be able to eat cheese again. And I talked to my friend Abby, who had her gallbladder out a few months back. She gave me some like food recommendations because I was like, I'm going to the grocery store. What were you glad you had, and what did you wish that you had? So she gave me some ideas, and she said it took her a few days to incorporate animal proteins back in. So I got some oat milk to try, like have milk and cereal, and I got some veggies. She said that like rice, like Chinese food rice, like steamed rice with soy sauce and veggies in it was really good. So I got some stuff like that. She said that she ate a lot of broth. No, that was winter when she had hers out, so I don't know. But I got some soups, some like easy to digest soups. So we'll see. My surgeon was basically like, you're gonna feel good. It's just that you run the risk of, if you push yourself too hard, you run the risk of things tearing and opening and then not feeling good. But he seems to think like if I follow all the rules, that I'm gonna feel pretty good, which means I'm probably gonna feel guilty that I'm not at work. But the reason I'm not at work is because I'm preventing the complications from happening, and I have to just remind myself that, because my nature is to be like, feel guilty if I'm sick ever. As you know, I've been a pharmacist for 14 years, and I've taken, in those years, 3 half days and 1 full day of sick time. That's it. Actually, and one is not a half day. One was I worked 6 hours and went home for 3 hours so I could go to the doctor, because I think it was my gallbladder. Now that I'm looking back on it, I think it was a gallbladder attack and I didn't know what it was. But yeah, that's the only sick time I've ever taken. So like, I feel this like, oh, I'll be fine. I'll deal with it. I'll be fine. I'll deal with it, you know? And that's not good. That's not healthy. So I have to remind myself that like, even if I feel good, the reason I'm home is because I shouldn't be on my feet for 9 hours running around and reaching and lifting and giving shots and up and down the stair. You know, that's why. That's why. There's a reason for it. Okay. I think that's the thing I'm most nervous about, is that I'm going to be like, but I feel okay. I should be doing more things. And that's the point, was like, he stressed that over and over. The point is that you want to take it easy and heal and recover and not cause yourself complications. And that's going to be hard for people like me who don't know how to fucking take a rest day, right? Okay. So here's my plan for the week. Wide open, because this is going to be, I don't know. But today and tomorrow, absolute mass chaos of tons of shit to do. So I will be obviously vlogging my gallbladder experience, because everybody wants to hear about that. Honestly, some people might. You never know. They probably want to hear about that more than they want to hear about the other stuff I've talked about in this video so far. If you have made it this far past the discussion of invasive fungal infections, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here, even if you left early, because that's not for everybody, and I get that. I'll keep everybody posted on husband's wrist situation, you know, how that's going to turn out. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new here. I publish at least 2 videos a week when I'm on a schedule, and when my life is chaos, you never know what you're going to get. But I do appreciate everybody who's here and who has stuck with me through my extremely chaotic life that will hopefully be one step less chaotic once this gallbladder is out and the recovery time is behind me, and I don't get heartburn constantly and I can eat cheese again, right? Yeah, cool. I love you all. Please take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and I will see you in my next video.